Pop music. No. Tell me when. Are we ready? Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the 2022 WildCare Gala. I am so thrilled to welcome you from wherever you're watching. We have people viewing this live stream from across the country and across the state, and all of our friends, family, and supporters, and of course our wonderful studio audience here to participate in the WildCare Gala. It makes me so happy to have all of you here, really and truly. We're coming to you live from the Aqua Hotel in Mill Valley, California, for all of our people that are watching out of state. And we have had a gorgeous evening here. I know it was a little bit windy. I saw a bunch of people brushing their hair as you guys came in because it was a little brisk out there, but gorgeous views of the Richardson Bay. We had Mount Tam back behind, and the wind is supposed to calm down around 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So I hope everyone will stay and enjoy that with me. I am Alison Hermans, and I am the Director of Communications at WildCare, and I'm also your host for this evening. I love that. It makes, thanks. I love you guys. You're killing me. It makes me so happy to look out into this audience and see so many people that I know that I have known for years, because I have quite literally worked at WildCare for almost 20 years. I started in April of 2003 as the part-time volunteer coordinator, right? And I am still here. And the reason I am still here is that, I'm going to lose my mic. The reason I am still here at WildCare is because I truly, genuinely, and with all of my heart believe in the work that WildCare does. Everything this organization does works together, all of our programs, to help people navigate the boundary where humans and animals come into contact with each other. And our goal is to help people live well with wildlife, and every one of our programs does that. And it all comes together to make things better for people and for animals. And I get to go to work every single day and know that I am helping people that have concerns about animals, and I am helping those animals. It does not hurt that every time I go into work, I get to see something amazing, you know, a great horned owl, baby squirrel, baby skunk, you never know. But it is because I believe so strongly in what the work and the mission of this organization that I have been at WildCare for 20 years. And I have a sneaking suspicion I'll be here for 20 more years, because where am I gonna get screech owls anywhere else, honestly? But that's enough about me. Let's bring up, if I may, our illustrious executive director. Oh, come on, you are illustrious. Come on, my dear. Ellen Weisel.
Well, what fun to see you all. It's really amazing that you took time out of your day to be with us. Welcome to the 2022 WildCare Gala. It's our pleasure to have you here. So to our friends at home, thank you for joining us. Thank you to our sponsors, many of whom have been here for years and years and years. I see you all out there. We're so grateful. A special thanks to our board of directors, because honestly, without whom we could not do our really important work. And thank you for coming tonight. We're grateful. Thanks to everyone who contributed to our auction. So please do check out the beautiful items we have available, both online in the silent auction and then tonight live here at the gala. So we like to say, bid high and bid often. As you enjoy the event, please know this evening couldn't have happened with our staff, our volunteers, and the team from Beth Sanford Events, Stellar Fundraising Auctions, CMS, and Dove Catering. You can't see the hours and hours that go into making an event like this possible. And we want to thank our staff and the volunteers. A special thank you to the development team, led by Nicole, who's extraordinary, Brianna, who's done the most amazing job, Zoe, Marielle, Joanne, Kasaya. We're so fortunate tonight. Brianna's daughter has been our summer intern from Northwestern, and on a stipend from Northwestern. So we love that. Thank you. Shoot shout out to them. And then a huge thank you to our education department, especially to Dr. Ryan Logsdon, who's going to be out with you tonight. She's our ambassador program manager. And as you'll hear later, we've had quite a time. We made it through COVID and we marched into the avian bird flu. So we're going to tell you a little bit about that tonight. We always say that there's a very special magic at WildCare starting with Alison. And honestly, we're so excited to share that magic with you this evening. So thank you for coming. And I'll see you back here in a little while, and I'm going to turn it back over to our lovely hosts.
Thank you so much, Ellen. You're going to make me blush. Oh, I am blushing a little bit. Maybe it's just because I'm up here and it's hot. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you all our brilliant fundraising auctioneer, Mr. Greg Quiroga. Greg, come on up. I know you have some fun things in store for the audience.
Thank you, Alison.
Hopefully.
Great to be here with you again. You're applaud with your paddles, right? It is great to be here with all of you and with all of you watching at home as well. It's my honor to be back for the 2022 WildCare Gala. And just like last year, we're broadcasting tonight's in-person events, the homes of WildCare supporters all over the globe. And just like last year, anyone who can hear my voice right now has the power to make a difference for WildCare. If you're watching on screen, the best way to do that is through, let's call it a two-screen experience. Watch the show on a big screen, use another to participate. So get out your phone, some other device, make sure you've logged in and registered. Go to wildcare22.ggo.bid. Again, wildcare22.ggo.bid. If you haven't yet, click on Get Started. And, this is going to sound funny.
I think it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen too, right?
We hope it's showing up on the screen. Wildcare22.ggo.bid is where you can make donations to tonight's Fund a Need, where you can bid on our silent auction items. And the beautiful thing about watching from home is that you can make your donation to the Fund a Need whenever the spirit moves you. And once you see Sequoia and meet Mojave and learn the differences that you can make on behalf of them and all of the animals at WildCare, we are sure that the spirit is going to move you.
So moved. Absolutely.
Now, for those of you in the room, you each have a paddle, right? Make sure you have yours now would be a fine time, or at least the paddle of somebody who's comfortable with you donating millions of dollars on their behalf.
Millions.
You're going to have the opportunity to make your gifts a little later in the program, but right now, Alison has a very special introduction to make.
Indeed, I do. We're going to get to meet a very, very special bird right now, and who would normally be here at the gala with us, although I'm not sure what she would think of the wind. That would be a question. But not just on this poster behind me, that's right, Sequoia, the northern spotted owl. But due to avian influenza, we have had to make some major changes to things at WildCare. And we're going to watch a video now. You're going to learn a little bit more about that, but you're also going to learn some amazing things about owls. So enjoy the video.
This is Sequoia, WildCare's northern spotted owl ambassador. Typically, Sequoia would be with us all at the gala today, but WildCare is facing the outbreak of HPAI in our area, and we can't risk moving her from this protected enclosure. HPAI is highly pathogenic avian influenza, sometimes known as bird flu. The current strain has been traveling across the United States for the past few months and has finally made it to California in the last few weeks. This strain is exceptionally deadly and contagious to many species of wild and domestic birds, including owls. So we have moved our ambassador animals like Sequoia off-site, and we wear full PPE every time we interact with them to protect them from this deadly virus. So Sequoia and northern spotted owls, and owls in general, have some pretty fantastic adaptations to help them survive in the wild. They are nocturnal animals, and they have amazing eyesight to help them hunt in the dark. They basically have night vision goggles on. Their eyes are super large and super dark. They're one of the most striking features when you look at an owl. But what you might not be able to tell as readily is her head is actually a lot smaller than it looks, which means comparatively those eyes are even bigger. If Sequoia was human-sized, her eyes would be about the size of oranges. Those eyes are also cone-shaped. They're not fully round. And they're so large in her skull, there's not actually room for muscles behind them, which means that even though we humans can move our eyes around in our sockets, that's not something owls can do. If they want to look around their environment, they have to move their whole heads. They don't have the flexibility of moving their eyes. One common myth about owls is that they can turn their heads 360 degrees. And while that's not quite true, they still have incredible neck flexibility. They can turn their heads about 3/4 of the way around a circle, or 270 degrees. So that's like if you started turning your head to the right and ended up looking over your left shoulder. Owls also have really specialized feathers that help them stay quiet when they fly. Their top and the edges of even their primary flight feathers have extra fuzz on it. It's basically some fringe that helps them stay quiet when they're flying around. So we hope that next year the HPAI situation will be more under control and we will have Sequoia back at the Gala with us.
Isn't she amazing? That bird is so beautiful. And what's interesting is that she's actually quite happy in her aviary offsite. It's a very pretty aviary. We say that she's having a luxury vacation. So it's really, though, the HPAI has been such a challenging thing for our staff, our volunteers, for everyone with the Wildlife Hospital. It's not contagious to people, so you don't need to worry about that, but it is very contagious to birds. So the efforts that our team is making to protect Sequoia, our other wildlife ambassadors, and also our wildlife hospital patients. It's really very impressive what they're doing. I'd like, however, we do have an opportunity to meet some of our wildlife ambassadors. You saw some out in the courtyard. So we're lucky that not all of our wildlife ambassadors are affected by avian influenza. So I have a very special guest for you coming up next. And first, of course, I'd like to introduce, not in her PPE, dressed up in an absolutely beautiful dress with lipstick and everything, our very own Dr. Ryan Logsdon. She is our Ambassador Program Manager. And she has a visitor, and we have tight quarters here. So our visitor is Mojave, the desert tortoise. And I will warn you, we have no idea what Mojave is going to do because he doesn't spend a lot of time sitting on tables. So who knows? We do have a Gala to go box for our friend Mojave. And Mojave is getting something delicious in his Gala to go box, just as all of the people that got Gala to go boxes today from WildCare did. The one thing that Mojave does not have in his Gala to go box is a beautiful bottle of wine from our wine sponsor, Eden Rift Winery. We feel like tortoises and wine probably don't mix. Ooh, what do we have here, Ryan?
We have basically a really healthy salad for Mojave. It has things like endive lettuce. Mojave does prefer endive over other types of lettuce. He's very fussy. Jicama, cucumber, a wheel of corn, and some of his absolute favorite, watermelon. See if he is interested.
Oh, he is. Oh, good. Oh, he's eating. Oh, good. We're trying to get, oh, good. Yeah, actually, if we could get zoomed in on that, that would be wonderful.
He does prefer to be hand-fed.
Could you come around here? Ooh, jicama. So I hope we can get a look at his bubblegum pink tongue. So Mojave really is one of our favorite wildlife ambassadors. How old is he, Ryan?
We estimate Mojave to be about 70 years old.
70. Isn't that mind-boggling? And he has been at WildCare for how long?
A little over 20 years.
Has he? Okay, yeah, he has been that long. That's crazy. Yeah, so amazing how long these animals can live. And it's a real consideration if you have a young person in your life who says, I would like to have a tortoise as a pet. You can say, great, would you like to have that tortoise as a pet when you're 75? Because you're gonna. And it is a big consideration, and that is one of the advocacy messages that WildCare does spread, that if you're choosing an exotic pet, you need to think very carefully before you make that choice. Of course, wild animals never make good pets, but if you're making that choice to really think about how much time that animal is going to live, he is loving that watermelon. I'm so impressed. So is watermelon good for him, Ryan?
Not particularly.
It's like a little kid with a Twinkie. Oh, but he's so excited about it.
Watermelon is definitely his junk food. Tortoises actually do not process sugars very well.
Okay. Oh my God, look at him. I'm worried you're going to lose a finger.
He sometimes does bite.
You get in even closer.
How about corn?
Light's not fabulous, but oh, he's very excited. So Mojave is a desert tortoise, and desert tortoises, of course, are an endangered species. And the reason they are endangered is primarily because of habitat loss. So all of those beautiful resorts that people have built in the desert are causing major problems for these animals. These animals have huge territories. What does a desert tortoise's territory look like?
Oh gosh.
Isn't it like 10 acres?
They will have a lot of different territories depending on seasonality, but they'll regularly walk up to 10 miles a day.
10 miles
throughout
a day.
their territory.
70 years old, walking 10 miles a day. We can all aspire. But invading their habitat, it makes it very, very challenging for them because they do wander far and they do have very specific nutritional needs and they have very specific territorial needs. And so when we build houses and break up their territories and inhibit their ability to find other tortoises for mating, to find the burrows that they really want, then it causes significant problems for them. Another issue, and this is ironic because I do ride dirt bikes, but another issue for tortoises is the all-terrain vehicles and motorcycles and activities in the desert, and those can be very, very dangerous to them. Another interesting threat to tortoises is ravens. Because humans have brought water and gardens and habitat and delicious things to the desert that weren't normally there, birds like ravens have been able to come into the territory, and ravens love to eat baby tortoises. I know. What's he thinking, Ryan?
Who knows?
Who knows? Oh, he's definitely thinking something. I'm a little
He
worried.
probably realized
He's thinking
there's
more
people
watermelon
around
is what he's
now.
thinking.
He's thinking more watermelon. That's exactly what he's thinking. He is so aware. You know, you think of reptiles as being, I don't know, kind of not really super enthusiastic about life, but he is so aware, and he has preferences, and he has people he likes, and he has places he wants to go, and he is just like, if he's outside of his little enclosure and he decides he wants to go back, he'll motor his way back over there and stand in front of it till you come and let him back in. He's so engaged, and during the times when it's not HPAI or COVID or any other virus that you like to think about, then when we have him out into the courtyard and kids can come and see him, and they just love to be able to interact with Mojave. What's another desert tortoise fact? She's concentrating.
Yeah, I don't want to get bitten.
Yes,
Again.
exactly. Well, I can keep going if that's cool.
Sure.
Some people think, based on Disney and a few other cartoons, that his shell is something that he lives inside and he can take it off and run around. He cannot do that. That shell is actually part of his body. It's essentially his backbone, and the backbone is up underneath that, and he can feel through it. So take your finger and touch the back side of one of your fingernails. That's what Mojave feels when you touch his shell. And in the wildlife hospital, it is very, very dangerous for a tortoise or for a turtle. We get a lot of western pond turtles into the wildlife hospital that come in hit by cars with cracked shells. And you think how much it hurts when your fingernail gets cracked below the quick. So that's what those animals are experiencing. So it's such an amazing thing in the wildlife hospital for us to be able to give them the pain medications, heal those. We actually use a dental adhesive to heal those shells. And it can take forever because they obviously live a long time, and they also take a long time to heal. But it's such, again, an amazing thing that we're able to do that for these animals. I don't think we've had a desert tortoise patient come in recently. I think we did a while ago, but I am absolutely blown away. So we're thinking as we came, we're like, okay, he may just try to motor off the table, in which case it's going to be the two of us and Greg and everybody else trying to wrangle him. We're thinking, okay, maybe he's not even going to want to be on the table, so we could walk him on the stage. Maybe he's just going to sit there and look at you, which he sometimes does. Who knows what he's thinking? But he's eating so well. This is really impressive. I love it. He's trying to take a chunk out of Ryan, however.
Luckily, they're vegetarians.
They are indeed. Well, I think Mojave. How much time are we doing on time? Should we keep going? Okay, absolutely. Nope. And we're gonna move on here. Excellent. We are gonna let Mojave enjoy the rest of his delicious Gala to go box back in his quarters. which is the green room behind us. And I think that this has been a wonderful job, Mr. Mo. While Ryan lifts him up, look at those front feet used for digging. Look at those back feet used for walking. Oh, they're so cool. I dearly love a tortoise with all of my heart, as my boyfriend knows. Excellent. Ryan, so fun. Thank you so much. Greg, come on back up. We're going to have a little change over here. Greg's going to come back up.
That's a tough act to follow.
It's a tough act to follow, my friend. You know, I could feed you watermelon.
Yeah, I was gonna.
If you promise me that you'll get it all over your face, we can do that. We can handle that.
Well, just based on the to-go box, I'm like, I have to renegotiate my contract.
You definitely do. Absolutely. We could get you some
I'm getting
endive
the
as
short
well.
end of the stick here.
Exactly. Exactly.
But in all seriousness, it's so evident that you and Ryan and WildCare not just care about the animals a lot, but know so much about them. And it's amazing to see the way that you and Ryan interact with Mojave and with Sequoia in the video. And it's obvious that you all have a deep understanding of what makes them comfortable. And in just a few moments, the collective we, are going to have the opportunity to support WildCare and the amazing work that Ryan, Allison, and the rest of the team do.
And the tortoise.
And yes, and Mojave. If you're watching at home, again, please, at the risk of being an auctioneer who repeats himself, make sure you have visited wildcare22.ggo.bid and sign up so that you can participate. For those of you in the room, get your paddles ready, because when we come back, we're going to have the opportunity to make gifts. And as always, we're going to be able to do it at a variety of levels. For those of you in the room, we're going to start high. I love aspirations. We're going to work our way down. We'll start at $10,000 and hit $5,000 and $2,500, and we'll find the place where capacity and commitment align for each of you. I guarantee it. For those of you online, again, go to wildcare22.ggo.bid, click on Donate to the Fund a Need. Once there, you'll see all of the same donation amounts available for you. And if, like, say you wanted to do more than $10,000, then just enter a custom amount. We'll love you. Every donation they make will have a huge impact on WildCare, though, right, Allison?
Absolutely. No question. It is amazing what these gifts can do. For an example, a gift of $5,000 could support our wild animal, WildCare Hospital foster care program. And that is taking care of the baby animals. I'm on the squirrel team, also the skunk team. That's special. Don't laugh. Skunks are awesome.
I want to know how to get on Team Skunk.
I know.
What do baby skunks smell like?
So baby skunks are amazing. When you have a tiny baby skunk that's still nursing, you have the milky formula that he drinks. And when their eyes are still closed, they're too small to spray. So you don't have to worry about that, but they still have a little musky scent. So when you lift him up, he smells kind of musky and kind of milky. He smells like dark chocolate. It's the best thing in the whole world. So anyway, skunk team. But that $5,000 donation, that could make a huge difference for those baby skunks, those baby squirrels. $5,000 could buy an incubator to keep our ducklings warm. So many things that could do.
$2,500 supports the Terwilliger nature education programs, hashtag foreshadowing. We'll learn more about that in just a moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it could help us grant scholarships for schools, families, and children who otherwise could not afford them.
Definitely.
Every donation makes a difference. Every donation, all the way down to $100.
Absolutely. For $100, you could buy us a supply of mealworms. And let me tell you, mealworms are delicious. Perhaps not as delicious as watermelon, but delicious. No, they are one of the primary protein sources for very many of our patients, including all of the baby birds, the insect-eating baby birds in our bird room. So your $100 donation, mealworms, hundreds of them.
It's all very exciting stuff. But before we ask for donations, you get to show people exactly how they can make a difference. I mean, how their donations impact.
Absolutely. So this heartwarming video, it makes me cry every time I see it. And it's going to start with a voice that many of you are going to recognize. It is the voice of Elizabeth Terwilliger. And this video shows how she and how our programs, using her teaching methods and her wisdom, makes such a difference for people of all ages. And the video really shows how being part of WildCare at a young age can completely change your life. It can completely change the direction of your life and make in every way your life richer. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I can't wait to watch this video with you. Let's do it. See, and this is why I'm glad I'm not in charge of the AV, because honestly, AV's
Just like you migrated from the eastern part of our country to the west, like people moved, birds and animals moved too. And then you know who else comes in that migrates? The salmon come up from the ocean into our streams. And when they come up into our streams, they die. But Mother Nature has a plan. Nothing is wasted because as they die, along comes Mr. Raccoon and Mrs. Raccoon and Mr. Fox and Mr. Badger and Mr. Weasel, and they have some salmon for lunch. And then when the eggs hatch, the little salmon, they stay here for 1 year, and then they migrate out to the ocean. Now hold up 4 fingers because they're gone for 4 years, and then they come back right to the place where they were born.
That was beloved environmental educator Elizabeth Terwilliger doing what she does so well, teaching the next generation of young people to connect and care about nature, wildlife, and the environment. Since the 1950s, Mrs. T, as she was affectionately known, recognized that the key to reducing the human impact on the environment was to teach children to love nature.
My name is Rachel Griffiths, and I am on the squirrel team, the raccoon team, the bat team, and the skunk team. Oh, I remember going to WildCare as a little kid. It was Boyd Museum at that time. So we used to love to go there and walk around and see all the animals, and then go inside and see the taxidermied animals. And it was Terwilliger Center for a little while too. I was probably 8 or 10 years old, going for walks in Tiburon with her. So I have loved animals throughout my whole life. What do I love about being a foster? Not a lot of babies survive in the wild. So during their first year, it's a very low percentage live. So when you're releasing them, you're just hoping, did I do everything to prepare you? Probably like your kids. Did I prepare you for the world? And to be able to do that, to have an animal that someone cared enough to bring it to WildCare, and then I'm able to take care of that baby long enough to see it released into the wild. To me, that's the most important thing.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Lewis. I'm the Assistant Director of Hospital Programs at WildCare, and I manage the Hungry Owl Project. I loved WildCare growing up. I did grow up going to summer camp for 5 years, I believe. I remember doing necropsies in the museum and just eating lunch, sitting in the courtyard with the ambassadors, and just being in the presence of all these animals was so special for me. And meeting people, and everyone was so nice and so excited to teach us. And going out, I remember going out on the nature hikes and learning so much every day. It was the highlight of my summer every year. I think that my experiences at WildCare gave me a sense of purpose. I think that it changes your perception of living with wildlife. Those lives are important and they matter, and we have to do everything we can to protect them. And that stuck with me when I was younger, and I just decided when I was 18, this is where I need to be, and this is what I want to do.
I'm Amy Tan, and I am a writer of novels and memoirs and children's books. I am also a big lover of birds. I like to draw them. Being a passionate bird person, the name WildCare comes up all the time on the groups on Facebook. I also found out when people said, oh, don't bother to take a bird to rehab because they won't take starlings or they won't take a house sparrow. And I thought, and then they said they will at WildCare. They don't turn down any bird or other animals. The reason why I love that philosophy is that it shows a respect for life and that we don't discriminate who's better than others. And I think it's a philosophy too that should be part of humankind, a humanitarian posture.
For nearly 50 years, people from all over the Bay Area and beyond have been bringing injured and orphaned wild animals to WildCare's highly specialized wildlife hospital for emergency care and rehabilitation. Today, we treat over 3,500 animals every year from over 200 different species. Most cases are a direct result of human interaction and our ongoing encroachment into wildlife habitat. Through WildCare's Wildlife Hospital, our public outreach and advocacy work, and through our comprehensive nature education programs for children based on Mrs. T's wonderful and engaging teaching methods, WildCare continues Mrs. T's legacy of teaching people to love and live well with wildlife, and we hope to do so for many generations to come.
WildCare is a lot about kids, educating kids, getting them excited about nature, caring for animals, and they get to see that you don't make distinctions between which animals are more important. And that is simply to say that all lives are important. And in nature, you see lives everywhere. So I love that part about it too, that we are fostering by our own behavior, the respect for life, the love for life that kids can take on in the future, and that they can be the stewards of nature in the future.
Simply put, that's why we're here tonight. And that's why we're looking to you right now to make contributions in support of WildCare. So I said we're going to start high, and we're going to start high. We're going to start with $10,000. And we have some donors who couldn't be with us tonight, but wanted to make sure that they had an impact. So Ramona Mays is donating $10,000. Patrick Machado is donating $10,000. Susan and Jeffrey Lyons are donating $10,000.
Suzanne, thank you.
We have an anonymous 10,000 that just came in. We
What?
appreciate that.
Really?
Right? Yeah. No,
Oh my gosh.
So saith.
Wow.
So saith the computer.
The
Does
computer.
anyone in the room wish to contribute $10,000 tonight? That's not the reaction I was going for, but I also appreciate it because we'll find the level that works for everyone. We'll get there. But I just got to let it hang for just a second.
Oh, he's good.
Okay. Then kicking us off at $5,000, Linda Stiles.
Thank you.
Who also did that great video you just watched.
Yes,
So,
she did.
Does anyone else wish to contribute $5,000? 120 $5,000.
Thank you.
Bonnie 110 $5,000. Oh, and see, and then the names pop up. So Veronica, we appreciate your gift. 113 $5,000. 119 $5,000.
You people are amazing.
Anyone else? Anyone else wish to contribute $5,000? or online. We know there's a little bit of delay between when we say something and when you hear it, but there's no delay between when you act and when we give you our love. So anytime you make a donation, we will do our best to react and appreciate that. So keep those donations coming online. Next up is $2,500, and some donors that couldn't be in the room. Sasha and John Larson contribute $2,500. 200 in for $2,500. 156 donates $2,500. Bobby and Marcy in.
Lydia.
133 $2,500. And there's a slight delay, but everybody's names pop up down here. It's really useful.
We can thank
because you know everybody. But
I know many people.
Lydia, you know Lydia. See, there we go. Does anybody else wish to contribute $2,500? Catherine, see, it took a second, but here we go.
Catherine, thank you so much.
Anyone else wish to contribute $2,500? Then $1,000. John and Tracy Novick are kicking us off at $1,000.
I happen to know that John and Susan Hermans are also contributing $1,000.
Oh, nice. They sound like they might be related.
They're lovely people.
101, $1,000.
Thank you,
155, $1,000. 107, $1,000. 167, $1,000. We have an anonymous kid online.
We'll take
137, $1,000. And every gift makes a difference. I mean, we talk about it at the end, but at $1,000 supports the advocacy work.
It does. And we do a lot of advocacy work. It's so interesting. You have things like legislative advocacy, and then you have just basic things like teaching people how to stop birds from hitting their windows. That's also advocacy. And WildCare works so hard to get messages out there. I do a lot of the advocacy work. And whether we're going on the media, we're doing legislative work, we're signing petitions or starting petitions, really making a difference through government in order to protect habitat and make changes for wild animals. Supporting our advocacy program is amazing, and we are so grateful.
Does anyone else wish to contribute $1,000? Then our next stop is $500, and $500 supports the wildlife ambassadors.
It does. $500 donation today is helping to support our friend Mojave. It buys a lot of watermelon, my friends. Let me tell you.
126, $500. 159, $500. 161, $500. 152, $500. 106, $500.
Well, we are getting very close to our goal.
We are.
That's exciting.
And names continue to pop up. We appreciate it. And anyone else wish to contribute $500?
Help support Mojave. Sequoia.
And Sequoia.
Oh, yeah.
And Vlad.
And Vladimir, the turkey vulture. I wish he could have been here tonight. He would have probably wanted to kill all of us, but it would have been fun.
Vlad the Impaler.
Vlad the Impaler. It's more Vlad eat your dead body carrion, but you know.
Our next stop is $250. $250 helps the Living with Wildlife hotline.
Indeed, it does. The Living with Wildlife hotline is amazing. Those amazing people take over 15,000 calls a year. And it's everything from, hi, I have a brown bird in my yard. What is it? To, I have skunks under my deck, and if you don't come get them right now, we're going to kill them. And it is crazy, the range of things that come through the Living with Wildlife hotline. And those amazing people deal with those calls with compassion, with empathy, with a lot of pragmatism. I get that you don't want the skunks under your house. Why don't we find a humane way to evict them? Yes. Incredible work that our Living with Wildlife hotline does, and your $250 donation will make a huge difference supporting that program. Thank you.
147, $250. 176, $250. 123, $250. 132, what a numerical coincidence, $250. Anyone else wish to contribute $250?
Living with Wildlife hotline.
Then our final stop's $100. And as we've spoken to at length and you saw in the video, $100 is mealworms.
Did you see how much those starlings like those mealworms, Greg?
They love those
They
mealworms.
loved those
Who
mealworms.
will contribute $100? And 136, $100. 134, $100. We had some $100. 108, $100.
Emmett Danger Trouch, $100.
163,
Yes,
$100. Emmett seems like there's probably a relation there. Yeah.
It's okay. We get our families involved.
Do they have a choice?
No, for sure not. Oh, Bonnie Jill, thank you.
Anyone else wish to contribute $100?
Rich Krybik, there you are.
Then give yourselves a big round of applause.
Thank you so much.
As your donations continue to come in online. And everyone online, you're doing good work. Keep those gifts coming. We appreciate each and
No
every
reason
one of
to
your
stop.
donations. There's no reason to stop. There's still plenty of time if you haven't yet to make a donation to the Fund a Need. Just click on the Donate to the Fund a Need button. Choose the amount you wish to give. We'll come back later. Check in.
Yep.
We'll do our best to acknowledge and appreciate every pledge you make tonight. Ellen also, it's a little foreshadowing, Ellen's going to come back later with a very special announcement, so don't go anywhere, hang around. But right now, it's time for our live auction. And due to limitations of technology, only our in-person crowd gets to bid on our 3 live auction items, unless you placed a proxy bid in advance. If you placed a proxy bid, rest assured, somebody here is going to bid on your behalf. I don't know who they are. I don't know how much you placed on your proxy, but somebody's going to bid on your behalf. Those of you at home, you can root on our bidders in the chat, or you can take this opportunity to check out our silent auction. I'm going to trade places.
Indeed, go for it.
We have over 45 silent auction items to bid on, and they don't close until Monday at 6. So go get your 3-night stay at the Four Seasons in Rancho Encantado. Spend 2 nights in a treehouse or become a vet for a day at WildCare. Before we can start our auction, however, we need to do just a little bit of housekeeping. So everyone in the room, find your paddles, right? Now is a good time. Hold them up. Yes? Yeah, we're not spending any money at this point. You're just proving that you can follow directions, right? Yay! Wait, hold them up for one more second. The photographer's going to get the best picture of everybody bidding.
Thank you, everybody.
Right, there you go. Excellent. Remember that gesture. Anytime in the next few moments we're hanging out together, you lose sight of what to do, resort to that, we're going to get along fine. Now, the second guideline. Obviously, this is not a controlled environment. Live theater with animals.
Oh, yeah.
Things can always go wrong. And if and when I make a mistake, I'm always going to reopen the auction lot in favor of WildCare. Anybody that has a problem with that, we'll get you switched to water, and we'll make sure you don't get dessert.
Ooh.
It's a good dessert.
You're harsh.
Third and final guideline, it's really simple. Bidding, it's just like smiling. Theoretically, we all know how to do it, right? If somebody does it to you, I assure you it is only polite to do it right back to them. And the person who does it most, but most importantly last, wins. And with that, let's start our auction tonight with lot number 1. Name WildCare's Wildlife Ambassador, Virginia Opossum.
Oh, he's coming
Our
out.
first auction lot is a chance for you to name our new ambassador, Virginia Opossum. And Virginia is a species of opossum.
Yes.
It has not been named in advance.
There he is.
And Allison and Dr. Ryan have our opossum who needs a name.
And look, he has a Gala to go box too.
Oh my God, so fluffy.
Oh, he is very, oh my gosh. Okay, so we have to get a good close-up of him eating. So opossums don't eat with their mouths shut. They didn't learn that from their moms. Watch him chomp. Oh, it's the best thing ever. So this is an opportunity to name this amazing animal. We have a permit for him. He is part of WildCare's educational animal collection, but he does not yet have a name. So this is your opportunity. And let me tell you, naming an ambassador animal, as Marcy can tell you, is very, very much a sought after opportunity. And it is very much an honor to do that and to have the name that you give be the name that this animal goes forward with. Now, we do have a caveat. The name does have to be educational. It has to be, oh, what are we going for now? What are those? Marshmallows? No.
They are froyo.
Oh, they're
bites.
frozen.
Frozen yogurt bites.
Frozen yogurt bites for the opossum. So the opossum that you name could be eating frozen yogurt bites right this minute. But the name does need to be educational in some way. Please don't name the opossum frozen yogurt bite. That would be terrible. Has to be something about what they are, who they are, their habitats. What else?
Their natural history, their
natural
ecology,
history.
their behavior.
Yep, all of those things. And you can come up with a name that feels uniquely yours, but it is still needs to be educational. So that's our only caveat on here. But imagine if you could tell people that this little man was named by you. That would be so cool.
Sounds awesome. And before he finishes that plate, let's start the bidding and get this auction going. So I'm sure you can come up with a name. The hard part, that's going to be the easy part. The hard part starts now. So we'll start the bidding at $1,500. Who wants to name the opossum for $1,500? $1,500 we've got. And now, of course, does anyone else want in? $1,500 is bid now, looking for 16. Go 16. Bid 16. 16 it is, and 17. Go 17. Bids. And this is the point where normally I would tell like whoever was showing off what's up for bid to like go around from table to table, but that's not happening tonight. 1,600 is bid now, looking for 17. Go 17. Bid 17. And so, are you two together?
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah. Well, no. If you want to bid your wife up,
We're okay with that.
I
We're
would,
okay with
I
that,
would
Derek. That
never,
sounds great.
ever prevent. If that's how you play in your family, like I'm just trying to make sure I'm enabling, not dividing. 17, sure. Now 18. Go 18. Bid 8. Go 18. Bid 18. 1,700 is bid now, looking for 18. Go 18. But you're still. I love the spirit. I love the spirit.
Anyone else want to get in on this? This is a great opportunity.
You can just name your number and we'll jump right up to it. It's good. You're in at 1,700 though. You don't have to bid yourself or your wife up anymore at this point, but I love the spirit. Does anyone else want to bid them up at $1,800? 1,700 is bid, looking for $1,800. Fair warning, one and all to bid $1,800. And
pretty excited
sold.
about this.
$1,700. What was the number?
Liana and Derek.
144. Thank you. 144. Wow. Thank you, Dr. Ryan, and thank you.
Soon to be named little man. Yes.
Yeah, he was like, I'm eating. What was that all about?
I can't believe how much he ate in front of us. This is awesome. So we know his favorite things. What did he eat first?
The peaches or pears.
The pears. All right. Pears it is. Keep this in mind, Ileana. Dr. Ryan, thank you so much. Can I help you?
No pressure.
Back in he goes. Okay, you guys can take that.
Here, I got it. We'll hold this for a moment. Oh, you can take it. Great.
All right. Our team has got this down to a science. This is awesome.
Team WildCare. Thank you, Dr. Ryan. Appreciate you. Big hand for
Thank
Dr.
you,
Ryan, everybody.
Yay! Woo! Thank you, Ileana. Derek.
And of course, the opossum who must be named.
Yes, he who must be named and will be named soon. Thank you, darling. Well done.
we already have a name.
All right.
Wow, that was
I love
that
it.
was like the quickest turnaround I think we've ever had in one of these situations.
That's
Lot
adorable.
number 2. It's a 7-night getaway for 6 people at Punta Mita and 2 rounds of golf. 6 people. No, I'm saying thank you, right?
Yes.
And 6 people enjoy a week-long getaway to Punta Mita, Mexico. Make your way to the Punta Mita Resort, just 10 minutes north of Puerto Vallarta, where you're going to spend 7 nights and 8 days at the Hacienda de Mita, thanks to Ileana and Derek Milan. Woo-hoo! Woo! The Hacienda de Mita, it's a private 4-bedroom, 4.5 bathroom, and I love it when the bathrooms outnumber the bedrooms.
Yes, I do too.
3,600 square foot luxury beach view vacation home loaded with amenities. Everything from a gourmet kitchen to indoor and outdoor eating areas to 2 parking spaces. You'll have access to the entire Punta Mita Resort, your own 6-passenger golf cart to get around it. Walk to the village if you don't want to take the golf cart. Enjoy shopping, fine dining, entertainments, world-class snorkeling, scuba diving, deep sea fishing, and of course, golf. You'll have premier golf membership access to the Jack Nicklaus, Signature, Pacifico, and Bahia courses. The first 2 rounds of golf are included. Concierge will help you decide how to spend the rest of your time if you don't want to just hang out and relax, because we used to do that on vacation.
Right.
There's an
I would hang out and
in-resort
relax there a lot.
in-resort shuttle and more. We'll start the bidding on this at $4,000 and go. Looking for $4,000 to kick this off, which we just to set expectations, we start bidding at half of stated value, right? So this is as a vacation rental when they rent it out. It is a wonderful,
Very nice vacation
and you can do the math. So value on this is high, but so is the opening bid, but so is the time you're going to have. 4,000 we've got, now 42, 42 and 44, go 44, bid 44, now 44, 44 and 46, 46 and 48, go 48, bid 48 and 48, 4,600 is bid, now looking for 48, go 48 and 5, now 5, go 5, bid 5, 4,008, 5,000, now 52, 52 and 55, 55 and 58, go 58, bid 58 and 6, go 6, bid 6 and 6, 5,800 is bid, 5,800 is bid, now looking for 6 and 6, go 6, bid 6, 5,800 is bid, now looking for 6,000, now 65, go 65, bid 65 and 65, 65 and 7, go 7, bid 7, now 7, 6,500 is bid, now looking for 7 and 7, go 7, bid 7, 6,500 is bid, now looking for 7 and 7, go 7, bid 7, 6,500 is bid, looking for $7,000, yes, no, 7,000, now 75, go 75, bid 75 and 75, 75 and 8, go 8, bid 8, now 8, 7,500 is bid, now looking for 8 and 8, go 8, bid 8, 7,500 is bid, now looking for 8, go 8, bid 8, now 8, 7,500 is bid, looking for $8,000, looking for $8,000. Fair warning, one and all, or it's adios a punta mita at $8,000.
Nice.
Sold, $7,500.
That is awesome.
That 302, 302. And I get the feeling that was a proxy bid because,
Yes.
no offense, I don't think you're paying your staff to take vacation.
I wish. Yes, indeed.
Lot number 3. Montgomery Creek Ranch day trip, private flight tour, and wine picnic for 3. That just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? 3 people spend a day exploring Ellie Phipps Price and Chris Tout's Montgomery Creek Ranch. Chris and Ellie, animal conservationists, animal rights activists, all around amazing people. Chris is going to fly you in his Cessna 206 to the Montgomery Creek Ranch. It's a NorCal ranch that provides refuge, opportunity, and space to wild horses. Chris and Ellie started their journey into rescuing wild horses in 2010 when the Bureau of Land Management rounded up 174 wild horses and put them up for auction. Chris and Ellie spent over 5 hours bidding against kill buyers from Canada, purchased the entire herd of 174. In 2012, they purchased the land, officially founded the Montgomery Creek Ranch, where they have an incredible conservation program. Chris will fly you up to the ranch, give you a tour of their amazing operation, then treat you to lunch paired with a bottle of Kistler Durrell Vineyard Chardonnay, which he, as the flyer of the plane, will not drink, and then we'll fly you back to Sonoma. We'll start the bidding on this at $2,700 and go. Looking for 2,700 we've got, now 28, go 28, bid 28, and 28, 28, and 3, go 3, bid 3, 3,000, now 32, go 32, bid 30, 32, and 34, 34, now 36, bid 36, go 36, bid 36, 3,400 is bid, now looking for 36, and 38, go 38, bid 38, and 38, 3,038, and 4, go 4, bid 4, now 4, 3,800 is bid, now looking for 4,000, now 42, go 42, bid 42, and 44, go 44, bid 4. It's a PG show. I can't repeat that. 4,200 is bid, now looking for 44, go 44.
So
but I appreciate your enthusiasm. 4,200 is 44 and 46, go 46, 46 and 48, bid 48, go 48. I know an auction broke out. What happened? 4,600 is bid, now looking for 48, go 48, bid 48, now 48 and 5, go 5, bid 5,000, now 52, go 52, bid 52 and 52, $5,000 is bid, now looking for 52, go 52, bid 52 and 52, $5,000 is bid, now looking for 52, go 52, bid 52, sad face emoji. $5,000 is bid, now looking for $5,200. Time, everyone, please, and sold. $5,000 to 301. To 301.
Awesome.
But I appreciate your help. I appreciate your assist. that concludes our auction. Remember, if you didn't get, well, thank you all for helping make the auction a success.
Yes. Amazing.
Thank you to our donors. We appreciate your gifts. Remember, if you did not get what you wanted, or maybe you weren't able to bid on our live auction, the silent auction's still open. Just go to wildcare22.ggo.bid. You can become vet for a day at WildCare. That's still
Pretty
up there.
amazing.
It's been my honor to be your fundraiser for the show. Enjoy the rest of the show. But right now, please join us in welcoming back to the stage Executive Director Ellen Weisel.
Thank you so much to you and to Allison. We're so grateful. That was amazing. I did want to point out that if you go to our education programs, kids in classrooms, people who come to WildCare, you meet Mojave, you get to meet Sequoia. That's the experience we're giving kids of all ages to learn and love wildlife. So thank you for making this a memorable evening. All of these funds help make our work possible. And as someone said to me tonight, who was a donor and now a volunteer, they said, wow, you really do use every single dollar at WildCare and are so careful about the work and how you spend your donors' money. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Tonight, we want to share a very exciting announcement. We are moving forward with our dream for a new facility. And so those of you who know about WildCare and understand our current situation, and there are folks in this room for decades who have dreamed of a new facility for WildCare, and it's really going to happen. So as you know, our aging facility needs to be replaced. Our staff and volunteers work tirelessly to deliver on our mission, but our work happens in very challenging conditions. The time has come for WildCare's facilities to support and reflect the world-class quality of medical care we provide for our wildlife patients and the life-changing, wildlife-centered nature education programs we offer students of all ages. We've spent the last year creating a design allowing us to stay at Albert Park on a property we own while meeting our programmatic needs. We've engaged donors, volunteers, staff in this process, and have determined we have the ability to realize this dream. We're excited to share the Elevate WildCare campaign created by, again, the amazing Linda Stiles and a team of our capital campaign volunteers. Thank you. And we have a vision for a beautiful 3-story state-of-the-art wildlife center at our current Albert Park location. We'll launch this capital campaign this fall, and we're pleased to share that we have a lead donor already committed to this project. So if you can help, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. This will take our entire community support to ensure that WildCare's mission continues for generations to come. This is a legacy project for our community, and this is next for us. We're going to elevate WildCare. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We're thrilled, and you'll hear more about this in the coming months. I'm going to turn it over to you. Thank
Ellen.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Alison.
Are you good? Okay, good. Not that I could do much in these shoes, but anyway, this is such an exciting project, and I feel so lucky to be part of it. This is really the one that's going to happen, and it's going to happen in our current location at Albert Park Lane, and it's just going to be amazing. So I am thrilled that this is going forward. It's awesome. So with that, our Gala live stream is almost done. I want to say thank you so much for sharing this wonderful evening with us. I have had a tremendously good time. I hope you have too. But before you go, virtual audience, I want you to remember that there is still time to bid and win in the silent auction, which closes at 6 p.m. on Monday. So you can go to work, you can spend your time at work looking at our silent auction. You can bid and you can win. Our auction closes at 6 o'clock on Monday. So to finish the evening, we have an exciting, and I would even venture to say sizzling, look at some of the really cool auction items that we have in our silent auction. Watch, enjoy. Thank you so much for everything you did for us tonight and for everything you do for WildCare. Thank you so much.